No, you haven't. You all y'all do is run down Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and you continuously do this, and that's why your ratings are in the tank, ma'am. You
All
need
right,
to jump on
Congressman Tim
board with this
Burchett, we're
thing.
going to leave it
America
there.
is-
Now, don't get me wrong, folks. I personally love talking and making fun of people, especially Republicans, but I am but a humble libtard internet satirist. I am not a House representative and elected official like Republican and DOGE sucker Tim Burchett is here. And I would argue that as a politician on live TV, when you resort to ad hominem attacks, as we'll see in this just insane and embarrassing interview gone wrong, you've not only lost the argument, but the entire fucking plot as well.
And you continuously do this, and that's why your ratings are in the tank, ma'am.
Anytime the left wants to run those folks down, they can't attack the issue. They got to attack the message carrier, and that's pretty poor.
And if you don't know who Tim Burchett is, don't worry. I found some stuff in addition to this clip that you're going to want to see. So let's dive in and break down this textbook case of Republican intellectual dishonesty. Or sorry, actually, let's just call it what it is these days, right? It's just dishonesty, because there is no intellectualism left in the modern Republican Party. Case in point right here. We have a conservative sucker on Twitter, one of many, and I just want you guys to keep in mind the reactions to this clip that are coming from the right, and then try to tie your brain into the pretzel knot that these conservatives do when we see the clips to figure out how they come to these conclusions. But anyway, we have new Representative Tim Burchett smacks down CNN's Pamela Brown after she tried gaslighting her viewers by suggesting CNN supports DOGE's mission, just not how they're executing it. Brown is the latest media hack trying to pull this card, as well as another MAGA DEI hire here. 911, I need to report the murder of CNN. And guess what? He was reposting the first guy. And it's so sad because for every 10 of those, there's only one of these posts of someone who actually has, like a functioning prefrontal cortex and posts, why does CNN have Representative Tim Burchett on and attempt to have a serious combo with someone who literally would say that the moon is made of cheese and his master Trump told him to say that. He offers zero objectivity, zero honesty, and does nothing but lie and deflect. So let's enjoy watching this House Republican crash out on live TV. And you let me know if you think CNN got murdered in the comments down below, or if this was just another example of a Department of Gaslighting Everyone sycophant literally gaslighting everyone.
I have questions. The only reason you'd have questions is if you're doing something crooked, and you all are pitching a fit. It's the same old line, ma'am. You attack the message carrier,
To be clear, you all were not pitching a fit. As I said, a lot of people think it's a good thing to weed out waste, but there are fair questions to be asking, Congressman, about these unelected people going in and having access to private information from America. How can you not be asking those questions? Do you not have questions about what they're doing with the data, why they want access to private tax information from Americans? Do you not have those questions as a member of the Oversight Committee?
Right. You would think, as a member of the Oversight Committee, the Republican Tim Burchett, who is so concerned about aid money being potentially siphoned off by the Taliban, would have a vested interest in knowing what the fuck is going on behind those closed doors, especially considering we got teenagers named Big Balls looking at our private data and deciding what social benefits to cut. But no, Timmy boy, much like his conservative counterparts, doesn't have a problem with that, I assume, because he likes them young. Take a listen to what he said yesterday, comparing those kids to teenagers in World War II.
Just some random thoughts. I just can't get out of my mind that the left is just running down these young so-called kids at DOGE that obviously has gotten the better of them and found all this waste, abuse, and fraud all across our country, paying terrorists billions of dollars. And the left just can't attack the issue. They got to attack the message carrier. And it's really kind of gotten under my skin. I keep thinking about these young kids, as they keep calling them, 18. The only time I ever heard my dad cry, he's an old World War II Marine, fought on Peleliu and Okinawa. You can Google them. They were awful. Anyway, only time I ever heard him cry, he was speaking at an event. They were honoring him, trying to make him out to be a hero, and he said, I wasn't a hero. He said it was those 18, 19, 20-year-olds that we left on those islands that were heroes. And every time he would always say, these guys never set out to be heroes. They were just average Americans that did their job. But you know what? They saved the dadgum world. They saved the world. The Japanese and the The Nazis had horrible plans for this world, and they stopped them. Anytime the left wants to run those folks down, they can't attack the issue. They got to attack the message carrier, and that's pretty poor.
So setting aside the fact that you are comparing DOGE's big ball kids or whatever to teenagers who stormed Okinawa and got left on the beaches, which I can't believe I'm saying setting aside because that's f***ing insane in and of itself. You're also saying the reason they're heroes is because they're fighting fascists, which is literally what the left is doing as your orange dictator puts unelected billionaires in charge of federal funds. And then you have the audacity to say that attacking the people and not attacking the issue is the problem before you literally go on CNN the next day and f***ing do this.
Those are very fair questions.
Ma'am,
but hold on, let me follow up
members,
with you. Hold on, because there's a difference between, listen.
Hey, hold on for a second. How many people at the IRS are elected? How many of those are elected, ma'am? You're proving my point.
There's a difference between civil service and checks and balances in place in a small group and politicals who are going in, many of them young staffers who we know nothing about really. Why don't you have those questions as a member of the oversight committee? If a Democratic administration was doing this, would you not be asking questions?
And the questions are being asked, ma'am, but I want you to look at these guns.
I'm not hearing them from you.
Those are Japanese. Well, those are Japanese rifle that, guess what? My dad was 21 years old when he killed the people that carried that. You all don't question the fact that, you know, we these 22-year-old people are the ones that fight our dadgum wars, but yet
there's a difference between members of the greatest generation going to foreign service, risking their life to serve our country, and young staffers going in with their computers and trying to get access to personal data. There is a big difference. Elon Musk himself said, we're moving so fast, of course there will be mistakes. The question is, some of these mistakes are really high stakes. Accidentally firing people overseeing nuclear weapons. Do you see that point?
Humans will make mistakes, ma'am, but currently these are bloated programs.
There's bloat and waste.
Jobs were.
No one's disagreeing with that.
Well, then why are y'all not exposing it? Have y'all even talked about, hey, Mozambique, we sent them $10 million for circumcisions? I mean, goodness gracious, ma'am. Americans are paying
we've been covering at length
salaries.
Where the money is going to.
No, you haven't. All y'all do is run down Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and you continuously do this, and that's why your ratings are in the tank, ma'am. All right,
Congressman Tim Burchett, we're going to leave it there. I do appreciate your time coming on and having this conversation. Thank you very much.
What an absolute hypocritical fucking baby. This is 1984 level gaslighting Ministry of Truth insanity right here. And yet the dick-riding idiots will proudly claim this was an absolute W, and this moron killed it and murdered CNN. And it's a sad, sad state we live in when people believe this crap, but it's because of people like Tim Burchett who will go on and lie and pull the classic Republican whataboutism and the gaslighting and repeat the same lies over and over again that conservatives will run with, get into their already contorted brains, and then embody as a part of their entire personality, regardless of how illogical those points may be. So again, I would love to hear your thoughts about this whole situation down in those comments below. And if fighting back against this Orwellian crap from these fascist faces is something that you're down with, then please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the Really American channel to join the resistance, because I really believe the only way we have a chance is by continuously calling this stuff out and making fun of it. With that said, for Really American, I am Kenny Hesse, and I will see you guys in the next one.